Hello everybody and welcome back to a very short edition of Zoe on Tour. I hopped on a bus in Belgium and a couple hours later ended up in the Netherlands. I was very impressed with their bike storage at the station, and it looked even cleaner than the one in Aarhus. It was dark, cold and windy when I arrived at my next destination, Maastricht. Thankfully, it was only a short walk from the station to my accommodation, the funkiest place I stayed all trip. It wasn't a hotel or a motel, but a botel where I spent the night. Yep, this botel was a boat on the water. I was very quick to check in and put my bag down because I was so hungry and ready for dinner. I'd asked the owner of the botel where to go for a good Dutch dinner, and he laughed at me, saying, "You haven't been to Maastricht before?" As if I should have known my way around. He instructed me to go up the bridge and follow the lights. Not only will I find some good Dutch food, but also a Christmas market and displays along the way. It was such a quiet walk until I found the hustle and bustle. Into the Christmas market I go to hopefully find a good snack. There were obviously poffertjes or Dutch pancakes, but I wasn't ready for something sweet. I'd landed on kartoffelpuffers with applesauce for dinner, which is actually a German potato fritter. I'd finished it off with a warm cup of chocomel, a Dutch chocolate milk. This market was pretty small, especially compared to the one in Brussels, which makes sense. After doing a lap, I went out to try find some more Christmas lights, but nothing really blew me away. According to the map for the light show, there was meant to be some sort of display down this random alleyway, but I couldn't find anything. It was actually a little bit spooky. I couldn't find much else, and after a day of travel, it was time to head back to the Botel. Because it was my only night there, I made the most of the views and peacefulness before I went to bed. It felt like I had the entire place to myself. Well, me and the owner. I was hoping to wake up to a nice sunrise the next day, but unfortunately the weather wasn't great, and the clouds were grey most of the day. Nothing in the town was open yet, so it was a good excuse to hang around and explore as much of the boat as I could. I believe they hold functions here sometimes too, in the dining room. It felt like I was the only person in the town as I went out to go and get breakfast. It was a very main character moment. Many of you would know that I love a good book, and sometimes when it comes to planning travel destinations or stopovers, I love to look for some of the most impressive libraries or bookshops in the area. I'm also sure that Dad would like to chime in here and assert that not all bookshop stops were planned, thanks to TAP, for leaving us stranded with no luggage in Porto in 2023. Anyway, that's probably what sparked my interest in finding the best bookshops in Europe, which is what brought me to Maastricht in the first place. This is called Bookstore Dominican, built in the 13th century, serving as a Dominican church. The place of worship closed in 1794, and over the next 200 years was used as a carnival temple, bike shed, and snake house, before being repurposed into a bookshop in 2006, standing as it is today. A whole section upstairs was dedicated to music, and I enjoyed a little boogie as I listened to a couple of old records. Unfortunately, the weather was so bad that I didn't really get to explore anything else. Maastricht is the birthplace and hometown of musician Andre Rieu. I was hoping to do a walking tour of all of his favourite spots and hidden treasures, but being outside in the cold wouldn't have been a very good idea. I would definitely come back here again and hopefully indulge in some of the live music they often have throughout the city.